So my son Daniel and I, we are on our way to a spot on the property on my dad's farm here that we farm, our family, where I want to show you guys something, and something that I am learning right now and wanting to change a lot and look into more. Come here, Danny. So here you can see a creek on the property here, and this creek actually only flows about half of the year, I would say. The reason that it dries out during the summertime, however, is not because it gets warm and drier in the summer and vegetation sucks everything up. The reason is that this water, when it's there, when all the rainfall happens, it is just being let off the property so quickly. It comes from up there and it just goes away super fast down into the forest. You can walk through there. Now if you look closely, you can see that this is still a lot of water that is leaving the property here. I mean, many thousands of liters just leave our land through this very fast, very quickly. So if you look over here, here's the pasture and the forest starts here, and the property goes all the way down. You can see through the trees down there, you can see the lake, and the water just leaves the pastures and all that area and just runs fastest way down into the lake. So this is kind of like a ditch, and it goes straight, water flows away quickly. And I did the math on the 6 hectare of pasture that my dad owns here on his land. We get about 600 millimeters of annual rainfall. So I did a quick math here, and I think it's 36 million liters of water. That's 36,000 cubic meters of water that we get on this land here every year. Now, we don't have any big mountains here. We don't have any big hills. This farm is placed on a peninsula. So actually, when you look at this, up there on the farm, that's the highest place. So this is all the water we'll get. We don't get any more runoffs from any hillside or anything. This is it. The farm is at the highest place. Then it goes down towards the lake on both sides. But nevertheless, just on these pastures, we get 36,000 cubic meters of rainfall every year. So 600 millimeters, that means if that would all come at once and would stand here, you would have 2 feet high of water standing everywhere. So what's happening right now is that we are transporting this water off of the property as quickly as possible, which is madness, absolute madness. And I have to say that what we humans are so proud of, the science and the education system, it is what hinders us from independent and logical thinking and has destroyed so much of our brains. I'm absolutely convinced of that. My farming education here in Sweden, the more I think about it, the more catastrophic damage it has done to me, and I'm still coming out of that. Now, these might be very harsh words, but let me just say that agriculture in Sweden, and especially when it comes to water, is a catastrophe, absolutely. And I don't mean that to bash farmers. I have a lot of friends, a lot of farmers that love nature and love to work with animals that I know, and they have my respect, and I can even learn a lot of things from them. But the truth is that we are forcing something on nature that nature naturally doesn't want to do, and so we're digging all these ditches, and farmers on big scale build drainage systems into their fields to get rid of the water as quickly as possible. In fact, if you would want to buy a farm in Sweden and you go to the real estate pages, one of the main points that's always listed by the farmland as you know, it of being of higher value or not is if it has an installed drainage system and how good it is. To me, that's absolute madness. I'm right now learning the opposite, which is keeping the water on your property as long as possible. Now here in Sweden, the problem why we haven't been thinking about this is because we say, oh, we have enough rainfall, we have all of that, and naturally people in drier areas like Southern Europe, they would have thought about this more. But the truth is that even here, things slow down during the summer. They slow down to grow. Our wells run empty at times. We have drier spells. And 600 millimeters of rainfall, if you know anything about that, you know, that is not that much rainfall. It's not. So over the last years, we've been working on increasing the organic matter by binding carbon, putting that into the ground. By rotational grazing, we're trying to maximize this. And so all that organic matter can hold more water. But one completely new thing that I'm learning right now is to work and plan for and build water retention areas. So you can just naturally see where the water wants to be, especially at the time of year, for example, like right now. So here you can see water standing. You can see it on the types of plants that are there. You can see how the water is running. My cows are actually drinking here right now. Now, Sepp Holzer, which is a great inspiration to me at the moment, who has written wonderful books. One, it's about desert or paradise, and it's about water a lot. I mean, look at this. Look how much water is leaving the property. All this you could have in ponds that would then slowly feed all the grounds, stabilize water levels. Everything is based on water. All the microorganisms, all the insects, everything needs water, the plants. And instead of then doing agriculture, forcing something on, draining the fields, getting the machines, and that's why I need to drain them, then only planting 2, 3, 4 species, that's working against nature, that's forcing something on nature. And Sepp Holzer has a highly profitable farm, and he has focused so much on building these water retention areas, and we have so many spots. When you walk over this property, my dad has so many places on his property where he could be building these ponds and creating a water paradise, which it's not just for the water balance, it increases the biodiversity, it controls pests. You can have crayfish in there or fish that you could raise. But look at this, guys. This is a lot of water that's getting lost here. A lot of water. Water would have such a great recreational value as well, but I'm just thinking how amazing this would be. We could have a pond system installed from the highest place up there, where there's, in most years, there's always standing water there. And you could dig deeper ponds that a healthy water exchange through the temperature of the water and the temperature of the soil that controls the water could happen. And you could just create such a different, healthy landscape again. It's just something that I have not really focused on and where I'm just wanting to learn more. Sepp Holzer started his book out with a statement that kind of stuck with me throughout the entire book. And he said that if you let your water, like you can see here right now, if you let your water leave your property like this, he said, then it's like putting a lot of money in your piggy bank, putting it in there thinking you're saving money, but you have no idea that it's open on the bottom and it's just falling out the whole time. And that's what I'm seeing here. We got 10 millimeters of rain last night, which is not a lot, and that is all flowing away right now. And yesterday took a shovel and dug a little bit down there, and it's all these nutrients, all this rich black soil is stuck there and being flushed into the lake because the water is running so fast and leaving the property so quickly. So this is definitely something where I feel like I want to learn. I even want to learn from the Holzer family and farm in Austria. He is definitely one of the best farmers in the world, and has had a great impact in lots of countries. But even in a land like Sweden that's mild and cool, and you get a lot of rain and you have a lot of lakes, we are wasting our water. We're destroying our water, and agriculture is not good. And I know not everybody likes to hear these things, but that's the truth. We have not understood the value of water and the life it gives. And you see that all the time when you drive through the landscape here, if we take heavy machinery and build drainage systems in these fields, and to drain off the water as quickly as possible, we dig deeper ditches to get rid of the water as soon as possible. And it's harmful, and I think in many places we see already the long-term issues with it, but I think we will be seeing more and more of that. So, gosh, that standing water here, that should be a pond area. And then that entire area over there, which I don't have any use of, there's nothing growing there really, that the cattle eat. That could be such an amazing water retention area. I think it's quite hard to see this on camera, but it's quite steep up the hill here. But from about there on, you could just dig about here where the wood chips are laying, and then it's very flat, and then to where I am standing, and it would make a natural pond. This is where the water naturally want to go. You wouldn't have to build an unnatural pond. So when I'm talking pond building and what I'm learning from Sepp Holzer, it's not like try to build an unnatural pond somewhere, but instead look at where the water wants to go, like it just showed you here, and the water is naturally wanting to go here. All you have to do is block it off there a little bit and build a little bit of a dam, and this will just fill up. You just have to dig out a bit, and it'll look like this pond naturally has always been there. And then we have enough height difference from up there to down to the lake, where you could even run part of the water through a pipe with a ram pump and pump a bunch of the water back up to the pond to even keep it on your property even longer. So that would be something amazing. Anyway, guys, just wanting to share that a little bit, what's been going on in my brain, what I'm using the winter time for, thinking, and my heart hurts when I see all this rain disappearing here. Right, Danny? Do you like this water? Hi. You like playing in water?